Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first bite. I am Vladracus, your guide to Battletech, a turn-based mech warriors game. I didn't even know that there was a turn-based tabletop version of Mech Warriors. I grew up with the original Mech Warriors 1, 2, and then my favorite 3. Didn't play much of 4, didn't really care for it. The structure was a little bit different. It didn't feel as good as, say, 2 or 3. 1 I didn't play as much as I did 2 and 3. 3 and 2 were my favorite. But let's go ahead and take a look at the options menu, wherever it is. There we are. Basic gameplay. Our zoom, attack and type. Controls, pretty much. It has actually an invert axis controls. I did not even see that. So you can use a controller, it looks like. Then we have our key bindings, fully rebindable, which is always nice. Get your custom setup going. Video, not the best. I'm not really a fan of this. Do have a window mode at least. It should be able to support all resolutions. I don't know for sure, due to me not running a widescreen or a 4K monitor currently. Decent, I would say decent quality of video options. I would like, I don't know. It's good, but when we go into the in-game, you'll see that the quality is good for being a Unity game, but it could be better. Audio, separate audio sliders, very nice. This game does run very loud. I did do a stream of this. I'm about 7 hours into the game. We will be going into the character customizer first, and then we'll jump into the save state that I already have. And there is a multiplayer, which is cool. Not really my thing. So we'll go ahead and go into the campaign and start a new, so we can show the character customization. The only problem I do have so far with the game is the loading screens. They are a little long. They do seem to pause at random times. Kind of makes you think the game is stalled out, but it hasn't. It's a little bit from the bygone era of loading screens. We're going to pass up this first cutscene if you would like to watch it. I would recommend playing the game. It's fairly long. I want to keep this as short as possible. So the story begins here. We get to choose any of these as our starting point, as being part of our background history. Grimwell Periphery, Turn Coordinate, Deep Periphery. Keep telling us if... Wait, what? Even though we chose that, let's see. Oh, okay, so that's what they changed. I didn't take too much of a look at that before. Where that changes what mech you're going to be starting with. No? No, still a blackjack. Okay, never mind. I was messing up on that. But you'll choose this. And you'll continue on. You'll choose how you were exiled or betrayed or die, or your family died by accident. Giving you for how you got to where you were currently in the game itself and where you ended up after that. From there, you're going to start... each one of those also gives you a skill point. The skills go into your overall skills as a pilot. Over the time and course of playing the game, which I'll show you once we get to the actual main game, that these can be upgraded via experience points earned through missions. And then basically into your basic customized character creator. It's pretty decent. You get to choose actually almost anything. A they, a she, and a he. Your name and call sign, which the game does refer to you by thoroughly throughout. And you can actually even customize the image, which is pretty good. It won't matter too much. You're not going to see your character that much. But let's go back to the main menu and load up my save file. When we'll be pretty far into the game. It's far enough for me to get my good first bite into the game. I did do a long, lengthy stream on it. We'll go section by section of the ship, show you each and every one of the corridors that you can go through, and maybe do one startup mission to show the gameplay. It's basically an XCOM turn-based strategy. I find it fairly pleasing so far. I know there was a patch recently just put up to address the issues that I was finding, that the game was a little more difficult than it should be, placing higher level mechs in early missions, which kind of gets harder because you're only starting out with medium and light mechs instead of heavies and assault types, which are limited by their weight, which we'll go into in a little bit. The hiring hall gives you access to hiring new mechs, new mech pilots, and they do have a rate, which you can currently, basically the higher the cost to recruit, the more it's going to cost them. And that's usually around their same cost. But better mech pilot, better mech. Well, the better the experience you're going to have with the mech. But you can upgrade them over time. Your store, you can basically buy your mechs, ammo, and weaponry. Plus jump jets, heat sinks, and any other equipment that you need for your mech. Command Center is where we can go and barter for our new contracts, which we'll go to actually last because that's how we get into our missions. So we'll go straight to barracks, which is our mech warriors. Each of these can be upgraded based on how much XP they have. Basic kind of XCOM leveling style. It's not the best, but it makes sense in a way. Usually everyone, if you keep them long enough, will be all statted out completely up, but currently the best perk being, what is it called? Bulwark, where you gain a passive 50% damage reduction. Other than that, you gain little minor stat increases. It's not great, but it still feels rewarding most of the time. So mech bays are our next area.
Hey, Commander.
This is where you'll store all of your mech warriors. I have a couple that have been damaged severely and are still under repair. We may have to wait a couple days to even have enough mechs ready to go. But we'll go into the basic composition of the mech warriors. If you've ever played mech warriors, you usually outfit your mech before each mission. Mech warriors have a weight restriction on them, which is outlined by your tonnage. Each one of the icons referring to what weaponry and how many they can have equipped, and then as many jump jets as they can equip at the time. It's a pretty decent area. We can actually just strip the equipment right now. It'll basically tell you what you have and what's available. Each weapon has its own tonnage, heat level, and damage rating. You need your ammo and you need your weaponry attached for certain weapons that need ammo. Lasers, being energy-based weapons, do not need that, but they usually come at a higher cost as having more heat buildup. But we can undo that, put our mech back together. You can even just strip off, if you think that you have a good enough setup and it would work well, you can even just strip most of your arsenal off and increase the defense of your mech, as you can see by the armor of each of the areas of the mech being able to be increased or decreased. And it's good. It's nice to be able to also take off tonnage off areas that have excessive armor. So you know that that mech can take a bunch of hits in that area. Maybe take off a couple points of armor to be able to get that nice weapon on that you've been learning, such as like a large laser, an LRM-10, or a PPC. Anytime a mech is damaged severely, such as losing a leg or an arm, you will have to completely refit that, and it can cost a decent amount and also take a while. It kind of sucks, but that's what happens. Jump jets for the time being. The minimum is 1 jump jet to even move your unit, as long as it has the right tonnage jump jet. For each additional jump jet, it increases the range. So since we didn't do anything to it, we can move out of here. As you upgrade your ship, you will get 1, 2, and 3 bays to store up to 6 mechs each, up to a total of 18. So engineering comes up a little later, but it's basically your upgrading of your main ship. Navigation gives you where you've been and your star maps. And then your quarters is basically just an overview of how well you've been doing. But since we haven't done anything, we're going to go to the command center and load a mission so we can give some gameplay. That one we have to jump. Travel to another system. How long does it take? That is another thing that really sucks. The longer it takes to get to there, you have a finite of time till you gotta pay what you owe. You need to pay for all of your crew, your upkeep, and because unfortunately we have a few debts that need to be repaid. It's manageable, but we need to get paid. A 2.5 might not be too bad. We'll go ahead and wait. I need to actually make sure I have enough mechs ready. So in true XCOM style, you can just advance the timeline. It is a good idea to watch your time because time does creep up on you. As you can see, my Centurion is out of work right now because unfortunately it got heavily damaged. Okay, so with that, now we can do a contract. Now I have enough mechs. And with the planet symbol being on each, that indicates that we have to jump, and jumping does take time and cost money. So as we get into the negotiations, there are 3 basically currencies. You get your max payout. That is how much the contract can give, but that's not how much you're going to get. Your maximum amount of salvage. That's as much salvage that will be available. You will get to choose 3 pieces of 14 that you will earn. Your reputation can be a max of 14. Reputation will increase your payout most of the time. Currently, I'm getting about a 10 to 25% bonus of payment, and that seems to be the most that you're getting out of it. I usually go for the middle ground, which is usually going for the decent payout with some salvage. It's usually alright. You could go ahead and be a nice guy and take a very low amount and get no payout. Wow, this guy's stingy. I guess, let's see. So you go 7, get 3, and get a near max payout. I would rather take 390 and 1.5 salvage. That means I'm going to get 1 piece to choose from and 5 bonus at the end. So we'll accept. What are we doing? We are on an assassination, which is usually we have a target to take out and we need to kill them and make sure they do not run away. This is where we get to choose our pilots. Oh, the Panther is missing a weapon on his. Oh, interesting. What are you missing? Huh. Oh, just unused tonnage, which isn't bad. It's missing its rockets, which won't be too bad. And currently I have 2 pilots down, so that's not great. And we are going to take not the Jenner out. Let's see, what is the Jenner? Actually, yeah, let's take the Jenner out. Oh no, that actually has a better weapon on it. We're going ahead and take that. That is another thing that you have to look out for is weapons with these plus signs on them. That means the laser has bonus stats on it, such as this one has bonus accuracy and bonus crit. Oh wow, this one has a very bad heat efficiency currently. I need to adjust that at some point. Might take off one of the medium lasers and give it a little bit more heat sinks to it. Which are always good. Oh, underweight. No, confirm. That's another thing, tonnage. It'll warn you when you don't use enough. It currently wants you to always have all the tonnage used on it because you're practically losing a slot. But we're doing this just for our test, so we shouldn't be too bad off. Go into this for a little bit, get a good idea of how the combat works. I like it a little bit better than XCOM. You do not have a cover system. You do gain bonuses for standing in certain areas, such as forest, or if there is a small hill behind you. Water will increase your cooling, which is always nice if you have a mech that likes to overheat a lot, or takes a lot of heat buildup. to let them stand in the water and just hit from a longer distance. I did a mission not too long ago that was basically in a giant lake, and it was hilariously fun to just be able to use full barrages of all the weapons at once.
Command interface initiated.
You have a morale system, which we'll go into that in just a minute. Criminals are nearby. Oh wow, this is not going to be that slow of a mission, which is good. So our morale uses up our precise strike, which lets us target any part of the mech individually instead of randomly hitting like normal. And vigilance will give us a guard and entrenched and remove all stability. And it increases our initiative, which is our combat roll, to a maximum of 5. That's good. Costs 25 morale. So we'll go off and move up a little bit. You're usually always going to sprint till you're in combat, just like XCOM.
Consider it done.
There we go. Enemy contact already.
Confirmed.
Sprinting's good to keep an evasive. Evasive is marked by these
Keep your eyes peeled, Commander.
slashes on
This
your
looks like
units.
an ideal place for an
Makes you harder to hit. Each hit you take removes a little bit of
You have
evasive.
orders?
Evasion. So we have an unidentified mech up ahead. Let's go ahead and see if I can move this Panther up to be able to see him.
Confirmed.
If I can get a good target on sight, I can understand what we're fighting. I cannot currently. And currently, he's in an entrenched position. Has a bunch of brush around him, which helps give him a little bit more evasion. Oh, goody, a locust. So far, I haven't had a lot of slowdown with the game. It seems to run pretty well. And I've got it running on maxed out settings. I didn't know VSync was on currently, but it's fine. I haven't seen a lot of screen tearing currently. Okay, whose turn is it? Still yours? Problem with missiles are they can hit from a long distance, and each of your armor pieces have pieces of your mech have a certain armor rating.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Every armor rating takes a certain amount of points of damage, and then it has health after that. For each point of health that's taken off, the mech gets more and more damaged. It is not true to mech warriors. If you break the legs, but the legs don't technically disappear, I'm kind of disappointed by that. I have tried to cap some enemies, and it doesn't do like a classic unit. You can't just break the leg and cause them to stand on one leg. Mech warriors, where it then incapacitates the unit, and then you break the other one, and then the unit's completely destroyed. Or they would hop along. I wish that would be the case, because you can break arms and shoulders, upper torsos. Okay, how much heat will we take? A lot, so let's go ahead with a precise strike. We'll always have our indication of where our line of sight is, and they'll also have the same line of sight as you. We can pick a body shot, which the center torso will actually destroy the mech faster, but they're usually the most heavily armored parts of the body. This one only has 10 armor with 30 health. So we can fire. We have our percentage to hit. Our melee chance, because there is melee in the game. I did not know Mech Warriors actually had that. Usually it's always a ranged combat game. And then our death from above. Death from above being a risky maneuver. You use a jump jet to jump on your enemy. When it happens, you also do damage your own leg units. And that unit's got a bunch of nice weaponry to be able to kill a locust that quickly. It was already damaged prior, but with that much damage, it was a little bit much.
Commander.
Jump jets help us get around obstacles, say if there's a wall in our way, which is always nice. And I could sprint up here and gain more
Acknowledged.
evasion. I wonder if I can finish this. It would be nice if I can finish this. I know they did do a bunch of restructuring to the difficulty, which I was having a problem with earlier when I played, because they were throwing a lot of heavy mechs out. But it doesn't seem to be that case right now. I don't know for sure. This is a 2.5, and I was seeing heavy mechs in 2.5s.
Reporting.
Wow, still can't see him. We'll sprint up and there. You do move and shoot as long as you move. So you have 2 action points per round. Sprint takes up both action points. You can also do a sensor jam as well. Oh, now we're getting surrounded. Here's where this is going to get harebrained. Random mech from behind us. Oh, okay. So another Jenner. Well, another light mech. A Jenner. Ooh, that hit hard. But because we sprinted, we didn't take a lot of damage.
Minimal.
Now, I don't sprint a lot when I play.
Looks like we have guests.
Ooh, that was a heavy laser. Ooh. I'm usually moving to try to keep pace. And we have a vehicle. Shadowhawks are very robust units for a medium mech. They can take a lot of beatings, and they are a nightmare when it comes to the actual main game. They can take a lot of hits when it comes to enemy units. Okay, we're going to move up. You do get height advantage bonuses. They have less of a chance to hit you, and you have more of a chance to hit them, which is nice. Almost every standard strategy game does. Could use up the last of that, get that Jenner off the field. It would actually be best. And when you do a targeted, it does give you bonus stats to your weapons as well. And it minuses 1 initiative off the enemy if they survive. Like this Jenner now has -1 evasion and -1 initiative next turn. But now I have to build up my morale more. Okay.
Good to go.
Ooh, you get to move a turn early. Interesting. Now this one also has a flamethrower, which is really nice because it actually builds up heat on the enemy units, which is nice. Currently, they don't lock out like a regular mech warrior would. When you reach your max heat level, they can still fire, but they do damage to themselves, which kind of sucks because usually when you overheat, your mech either shuts down or you shut the mech down. Why? Because you don't want to blow up. And I found that a little bit disheartening.
What can I do for you?
Okay, so the Shadowhawk. Shit, you know what? Let's just get that Jenner down.
Right, Commander.
These guys are undamaged. Let's go ahead and take them down. Our heat level, as you can see, we're getting a little too hot. Let's take off 1 medium laser. That'll make it so I can at least still do a follow-up shot next turn. 70, 70, 80. Not a bad shot range. There we go. Center torso destroyed. Unit down. Not too bad.
And stay down.
Enemy's turn. So they didn't move. That's fine.
What's the plan?
Not yet. We could identify. He could hit that mech. Let's jump over.
Confirmed.
Jump jets are awesome. What do we have over there? A commando. Thou. There's a heavy mech for us. They usually have a ton of armor on them. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're actually making them more damaged. So that way it's a little fair than going against some fully armored heavy mechs, because a lot of these are salvage mechs, so they might not have all their armor still intact. A lot of the pirate units that you'll come up against don't. Oh, goody. I missed every shot on that.
They've got a lock on me.
Ah, sensor lock. Another locust. We'll take that down. Garden and Trench, a spider. Well, he missed. Not too much damage. Try to split up our damage potential. There are mechs that are better at melee than they are at doing a... Oh, no, don't do that. That sucks.
Just
Sorry about
stop.
that.
You're embarrassing yourself. Ready for orders.
Oh, I can't really edit that out. Oh well. What's our attack potential currently? Not bad. Now you also have multi-target, which is a learned ability. Makes it so you can split up your fire rate, your fire cluster, to hit multiple targets. It is nice in a close quarters combat, where you might want to hit multiple mechs that are really causing you a bunch of pain. Currently, I want to fire everything but that. Let's fire everything but that.
Taking the shot.
Medium laser. Cool. And pilots can take injuries, which will make them be out of the play for a little while. It's a lot if a pilot gets hurt. They can be out for up to a month, which is kind of a pain. Ooh, I need to start taking down some of those guys. And you have your cone of fire, which is where you can hit from, which is what is governed by your multi-target. Okay, so what can I hit? That locust, spider. Not really a good hit potential on that. Not really a great hit potential on that. We're line of sight of that one, so I might as well hit the locust then. A little bit of a bad hit potential, but that's fine.
Time to die.
Wow, that sucked.
I hear ya.
Okay, so we're a little warm right now. There we go. Can I turn that one on? Oh, I could, but I'm going to overheat.
Affirmative.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Biggest problem is out of the range.
Mech warriors. It's
Okay,
go
cool.
time.
Oh, now we have an inspired, which anytime you kill a mech, you could inspire your troops to do better, which also gives you more morale points.
Is that it? I'm barely scratched.
Okay, I really see what they did. They toned down their arsenals.
Orders.
That's what they did. They toned down the arsenal of units. Because
Lifting
they
off.
are not hitting me with nearly as many weapons that they used to have. There's a locust. Ooh. Let's go ahead and precise strike that.
Confirmed. Let's get fired up. There's work to do.
Cool. We might actually finish this and give you a look at what you get from your looting. And we have an injury, so we can also show that as well. That sucks. But I can give you an insight to how long it takes for a pilot to heal. I currently have a pilot who was lucky to survive, and she is out for 90 days. For 3 months. It is not fun. Third locust. Okay. Throwing a bunch of little ones at us. Kind of sucks because they have better initiative. They come up in turn 3. We come up in turn 4.
Whoa! Easy on the armor, buddy.
Okay. Our turn finally.
Waiting for orders.
Behemoth, if you could please kindly move your butt over here.
Copy that.
She doesn't have much for heat rating right now. Now I could turn off most of her systems. See, yeah, there we go. Do an LR10. See which one has the best hit potential. hit that locust, still drop our heat off, which I've found fun, is that you can turn off most of your weapon systems and still be able to get a hit off and lose some heat. Okay, so they do have a medium mech still. That might be the target. Oh, a hunchback. Oh no. Those guys suck.
Commander?
Okay, so let's do some melee combat. Go ahead and show you that. Oh, very nicely done. There are defensive weapons, which are usually small lasers, flamers, and machine guns.
Mech destroyed.
They'll also be procced while you melee attack, which is decent.
What can I do for you?
Okay, so where can I hit that guy from? Ooh, I like that. We don't have another mech up here. I think he's going to be the target.
Moving out.
Okay, and what's my attack potential? If I turn off that... There we go. Next
Tell me
turn,
what
hit him with a barrage.
Primary target damage, Commander.
Yeah, okay, so a fully healed heavy mech is our primary target. But a bunch of little spider mechs and locusts are nothing. So far they're doing little to nothing. Maybe if I feel like it, I'll do a death from above.
Yes, Commander.
As a fun tactic. Have him move to the side. The best way to attack a mech is always from the rear. The rear armor is always less than the front. But hitting them in the front is basically what you're going to have to do no matter what. Let's do a center strike on him. He's very efficient on his energy usage. I'd have to turn off all systems. Probably the mediums. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and fire a full barrage.
Confirmed.
There we go. -1 evasion. We have a locust moving up. Sometimes the enemy will sprint if they know they're in a desperate area. Which is nice when they do, because then I get to not have to worry about them hitting the mechs. I did run into an AI issue where a certain mech type was the only thing the AI would attack at all. And it actually came to me being very angry. 2 different scenarios, 2 different missions. And all they wanted to do was hit those 2 units, no matter what the circumstance was. Okay, so what we could do is use the Shadow Hawk to move in and melee that down. Or I could attack. Doesn't have much health or armor left. Let's go ahead and melee it
Coordinates
again.
received.
She's actually pretty good on melee. And it got +10 heat and is going to fall over, which anytime they're knocked down, it will take them a little bit to get up. I do not like how the unit can get back up and then move and attack at the same time. I think it really should be an initiative issue where if they get knocked down, they should be out for 1 turn. But I'm not the programmer. It would make sense. XCOM did that, so it would just be nice. 25%. Go ahead and hit him with a full laser barrage.
We can do this. Let's go.
Not bad, not bad at all. 1 mech, 2 mech, 3 mechs to go, technically.
I hear ya.
Okay, so we can actually hit him. Ooh, I could actually do an aim strike. Should be better. And we can do a full laser barrage. Turn off 1.
Got it.
The Hunchback's taking a bunch of damage. It is a heavy class. I don't think it's considered an assault class, but it is a heavy class. It's a 65-ton mech, I think.
Oh, it took some
Oh,
shrapnel.
that sucks. Scooter took some
Okay,
hits.
that was bad.
The target is retreating, Commander. Eliminate it before it escapes.
Okay, so we're going to want to get over there as fast as we can.
Awaiting orders. As you wish.
Get the Panther over there. And...
As you wish.
oh, that sucks. That really does suck. Now he's going to be running, and if I don't get him... Oh, you jump jet. Nice.
Coming around the side.
Ooh, that sucks. Well, I'm going to let the Shadow...
Took a heavy hit there.
Let the Shadowhawk deal with that. We're going to move
Good to go. Good to go.
the Vindicator up. Yeah, alright. Yeah, as you move, you can check your aim as well, which
I
is
copy.
nice. That way you don't move without having a good chance to understand what your shots are going to look like for the most part.
Engaging with target.
Now that guy's going to get up. Damn. And he's going to hit somebody. And he's walking a little slow. They do get a little bit slower with leg damage.
Commander? Affirmative. Ugh!
There we go. Take that down. That way we only have one light mech to deal with, which is that spider. Shouldn't be too much of a problem.
That's a kill.
Now this heavy mech's going to be running. So. Yeah, he's running.
Commander?
I could do a death from above. How about on my legs? Not too bad. It's 110 damage. Or I could fire my full weapon at him. Let's do a death from above. Let's see how bad that'll be. His center torso is actually in some decent damage ratio. Which if I get someone who has a better weapon set, I could use. Let's go ahead and execute.
Take this. Let's get fired up. There's work to do.
And he is unsteady now.
Mech warrior down.
Oh. Really?
Reporting.
That's not great. Not great at all.
I understand.
Oh wow, we only have a 9% to hit that. Not great. We lost a mech. That sucks. What is our current percentage to hit anything? 49% on the leg. Go ahead and fire on
As
it.
you wish.
And he's knocked over, which is good for me.
Good to go.
Yeah, go ahead and smack him up.
On the move.
Because that sucks that it was able to do that. It probably had a decent number of jump jets to be able to fly that far.
Waiting for orders.
Kind of blows. I'm gonna have to repair that mech.
Right, Commander.
That's a little bit better of a fire target.
Affirmative. Critical hit.
Yay, knockdown on that big boy, so he ain't gonna be able to do nothing next turn. God, I need to just... I think that's a little unfair. That should count as his entire turn for getting the mech back up. But it doesn't, and it's a little unfair.
Yes, Commander. As
Have
you
him
wish.
melee that spider to try to get it out of the
Stop
way.
for physical attack.
Yep, it's turning evasive, that's fine.
Watch my 6.
That's fine. We'll let the Panther deal with that. We'll let the big heavy hitters go ahead and hit the heavy mech.
Standing by.
We could do a decent heavy barrage on it. Let's see, I can actually move right there. Oh no, 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 no! Shit. I turned in the wrong direction. Now I can't hit. Might as well hit the spider now.
Firing on target. Critical hit, Commander.
I accidentally put the wrong firing radius. And now the Hunchback's getting away. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks.
Good to go. On my way.
That really sucks. Oh well.
Firing everything I've got. That's a critical hit.
That spider's moving again.
I'm taking heavy hits,
Oh
Commander.
no, the Panther's taking hits. Okay, that's fine.
Awaiting orders.
Could hit that. What's the hit chance? 50-50. 50-50 or blow that out of the water. Let's blow that out of the water.
Target acquired and locked in.
Target destroyed.
Come on, Mech Warriors! It's go time!
Oh, you need to stop running.
Yes, Commander. Ready for orders.
Let's get Behemoth up there. Since I'm down a heavy, medium mech right now, which kind of sucks. Okay, so we can do a precise strike. Let's go ahead and do that again. See, legs are destroyed. Pretty. Oh no, 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 they're not. They're not destroyed. They're just out of line of sight. Okay, 40% hit. Let's go ahead and fire a full barrage.
Putting one in the back. Commander. Got it.
Turn off the PPC. 25% chance to hit. Let's go ahead and fire it.
Roger, Commander.
Yes, Commander. Location acknowledged.
Okay, he's only going to be able to hit with one weapon.
Got the angle. Taking the shot.
These heavy mechs take a lot of damage to be able to be hurt.
Waiting for orders.
Go ahead and melee him again. Try to end this mission so we can go ahead and go to the loot screen. Yay, there we go. Cool.
We can do this! Let's go! Enemy down. My flamer is empty.
That's fine.
Mission success.
There we go. They did down the difficulty a little bit. Only lost one mech. That's fine. Here's our successful. And we got a pay increase for doing all that, which is good. So we ended up with 500,000, which we're going to spend most of it repairing the Panther. Injured 17 days. We did lose him. The Blackjack needs to be completely repaired. Hopefully we didn't lose too much. No, we didn't. Just got incapacitated, which is good. None of the... We lost a heat sink, and it looks like a leg and the head unit. That kind of sucks. That's going to take a little while to get repaired. 17 days out on readout. So let's go to the loot screen. And this is what's fun, is now I can pick any of these. I have 2 of 3. I could actually have a commando. Since we have a unit going to be out, it would be nice to have a commando. I have 2 of 3 parts ready to go for it. It is a light mech. Oh, I thought those were heavies. I have 0 of 3 parts for a hunchback. I have 3 parts for the locust. Oh, spider. I have a spider currently. That's a heavy mech currently. Yes. No, class 50 tons. It's only a medium. Huh. Well, we'll take the commando because we could actually use another mech on the field. Firepower. No, we'll take a hunchback instead. And then we will get our random loot. Oh, look at that. We actually got the commando part, so I didn't even need to do that. SVRD. Locust, it's always better to take a mech instead of a weapon unless there is a special weapon in there that you really want. More mechs equals more mechs in the bay, ready to go. Like I have a locust that's now ready to go. And having extra mechs means a lot. Means having backup. You can always get more people. You can't always have a whole lot of mechs. They cost a lot.
Is cleared for fighting.
Cool. Scooter has died, unfortunately.
That mech you wanted is back online.
And ooh, we actually got one of the special events product. Poker night. Insisted we help with Akina's skills. Play to win. And we got a morale increase of 3. Which is good. Morale helps keep the staff in good hearts and helps them not want more money. But as you can see, it is a decent game. I love the strategy aspect of it. It gives me that nostalgic feeling I want out of a Mech Warriors game. And I am looking forward to the Mech Warriors 5 coming out later this year. I know there's been a lot of legal battle between this with this game, Mech Warriors 5, and a bunch of other stuff going on. And I'm glad they're finally getting these games out here because I have been hoping for a real Mech Warriors game for a long time. I haven't had the chance to play one since Mech Warriors 3. I'm still trying to find a box copy of that just because I want one. But thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please like and comment. But as always, stay cool, stay awesome. Thank you for watching. I have been Vladracus, and I will see you next time.